Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. Looks like we're using the Rider Waite Tarot this morning. As I say, I always seem to grab a deck. I'm never really sure what I'm after. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I have been really busy the last few days for readings and things. So again, I want to let you know how much I appreciate you coming in for a reading and how beautiful it is that you come back. I have some time tomorrow for readings if anybody needs them. Tomorrow and Friday, and then limited time next Monday and Tuesday. And then I'm off to Tasmania for around about 2.5 weeks. We're taking a holiday that we were talking about during COVID, so it's really nice to be able to finally get there. I've never been to Tasmania before, so... and then hopefully by the end of the year I'll get to Western Australia because I haven't been there either. Okay, we have a fair coming up in Young in November. I think there's a couple of other fairs there, but I might try and bring them up closer. But if you keep your eye out for Young, my computer says I'm offline, so I don't know what that means. What else? Is that everything? I hope so. All right, let's see where we're going. Oh, there we go. You know, sometimes I sit here and I think I wonder what the reading is going to be about today, because I just let the universe just lead me where I need to go. I just read the cards. Some of you are feeling a bit lost without someone here. Could be a partner, could be a mother figure here. But to me, the Queen of Pentacles, whilst representing Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, is more of that partner energy, husband, wife. Some of you are feeling very either lost without them, or maybe you're with them and things are not so good in your relationship. You feel this is sort of being left out in the cold by someone. So maybe you've been left behind by somebody. That's very possible. But that just jumped out on me, that Five of Pentacles. Okay, so we'll give them another shuffle those back in. I figure if it comes out again, then it means there's a message in that for you. All right. Okay, something is going on because you're going inside here very heavily. You know, it could be that you've lost someone with that Five of Pentacles too. It could be that you are grieving at the moment, but it might be grieving a relationship as well. This is energy of Virgo here, and because I had that Queen of Pentacles, that means there's quite strong Virgo energy around here, especially with the other pentacle. So if you are... This is, to me, the Hermit is really going deep inside, really sort of looking at your feelings, looking at the direction you want to go in. It's about cutting yourself off from everybody at times. Look, I mean, you can go into hermit mode at any time. It's one of those days where you get up and you think, that's it. I slept 11 hours last night. I don't think I've ever slept that much in my life. I woke early, went back to sleep, and then woke up about 7:30, I think it was. Crazy. But I feel like sometimes you don't realize how low you are, and it is a really good thing to just sort of take time out and decide that you're going to have a day for yourself and just not do anything else. Really focus on you. This is what the Hermit is doing in effect. Okay, so we have the Empress coming through too, both major arcana, very important cards. The Empress for me is about wanting to birth new things. It's wanting to bring new things forward. Maybe feeling really good after something. I feel like there's a million stories coming through here today, so I have to slow my thinking down. I've got up all relaxed, so everything's sort of humming in on me. I feel like something here that you're focusing on. I mean, at the very base level, you could be focusing on a pregnancy, you could be focusing on a new baby, you could be focusing on a new endeavor. You might want to start up a new business. Maybe you're taking time out to do that. You may be taking time out to focus on your new business rather than creating a new business. But the Empress talks about new things being birthed. You know, She's really in touch with the universe. So maybe you're thinking of moving into some sort of environmental career, especially for that Queen of Pentacles at the beginning. Maybe you're thinking of getting in touch with nature, I want to say. Maybe you're doing that with that Hermit energy. Maybe you're taking time out. There's a brand new beginning looming. All right. So something is giving you an opportunity to start again. So back to this energy we had in the beginning. Maybe somebody has left you behind. And it's possible now, instead of focusing on the grief with that Five of Pentacles, you are looking at this from a perspective of the Empress. So you're not focusing on the negativity of it all. You're focusing on what the potential is, whether that's in regards to a new business, a relationship, or whatever. You're starting something again. So you're casting off something from your past here, something that wasn't really going anywhere. So it could be a relationship, it could be a situation, it could be that you're leaving a job behind to start up your own business, but you are going through something here in order to create something new. You're dissatisfied, you're bored, you're fed up with the day-to-day stuff. Whatever this is here, you don't want any more of that. You're sitting back saying, look, I've had this, I've had that, I've seen this, I've seen that. Maybe you're looking for a change of career. Maybe the old career isn't doing you any good and you're trying to focus with that Empress on something new, bringing something new in. So it may be a career change and you are heading in the right direction. I love it. What a beautiful story. The Fool card talks about taking that leap of faith. So I feel like for some of you, you're leaving the old behind, going after the new, because you're bored with what you were doing, or it's dissatisfying, or it's not bringing you what you want. There's an ending. All right. Okay. I feel like whatever this is, it's really positive. Even though you're starting off with that Five of Pentacles energy, this is a really positive energy. It's like, I've been doing this for a really long time. I'm not getting the satisfaction out of it that I thought I would. And I want to start something new. You know, career change or moving into something completely different is so very difficult, because what we do is we tend to, and I have people say it to me all the time, and I've got to say it's predominantly women who will say, I don't have any skills, or I don't have the skills to do things. And I think the problem is because we're so used to not recognizing how good we are at things, we don't really credit ourselves where we're meant to. For example, I remember somebody saying to me once, like, have you done budgets before in a company? And I think I just got into management level, so I'd probably just finished my degree. And I sort of said, no, I've never done budgets before. And this person looked at me and said, how do you run your household? I went, oh, okay, well, I guess, yeah, I have done budgets before. So the thing is, whether you're, and I've managed multi-million-dollar budgets, whether you're managing a multi-million-dollar budget or a house budget, it's the same process. The responsibility is a little different. Because if you sort of want to spend something at home that isn't part of the normal sort of run-of-the-mill thing, you can do that. Whereas when you're in business, you've got to keep closer eyes on everything and divvy funds up, that type of thing. But in theory, it's still much the same. You've got amount allocated and you've got to put it out there. I digress. But what I'm trying to say is we don't think of that as a skill. We just do it. So I feel like somehow or another here there is a feeling that you need to have a complete break, a complete change, and I feel like you're just ready to change everything here, whatever it is. Let's see. Oh, there's the Five of Pentacles, you see? It comes out if it's meant to. So for me, the Five of Pentacles is a card of being left out in the cold. The thing is with this card, although it seems to be bleak and cold and sad, the light is on in the church behind. So it implies that there's always help at hand. There's always an answer. There is always someone willing to listen. And there always is refuge from the storm. But we're not seeing that because we're focused on our own pain. So what this card often sort of talks about is like a victim mentality or a lack mentality. So I can't go anywhere. There's nowhere to go. I'm stuck out here in the cold. But you're not really looking at what is around you. So very much this energy of you need to move in a new direction. You're hungering, you're hungry for something different and something new. But it's almost like you're thinking you can't go anywhere because you don't have what it takes. And I feel like that's why you're taking time out to really review the direction you want to go in and how you're going to get there. Beautiful energy. Yep, some sort of decision has to be made here in order for you to walk away from something that you keep trying to move away from. Now, I'm not going to say that this isn't a relationship, because especially with that Queen of Pentacles up the front, I feel like for some of you, maybe a relationship has come to an end, but you're finding it hard to move on because you don't know if you can do it on your own. Same sort of principle. You know, you can, but for some unknown reason, you've got yourself locked in this victim mentality or this lack. And I have people say it to me often that are in really abusive relationships. And I say to them, what's stopping you moving forward? And they will say, I don't know if I can afford it. I can tell you now, if you had very little money, you would still manage the same way. You just curb your spending and you're more conscious of how you live. When you've got a lot of money, you probably splurge a lot more because it's there. So we tend to adapt. We're really adaptable creatures. So there is something here you're making a decision about moving on from, but there is a repeating pattern here which says to me, maybe you've gone around and around several times thinking, I need to get out of this, but I don't know how. I don't know how. But the decision is being made because you are walking away here. So whatever you're doing here, whether it is work or whether this is a relationship for you, you're really over it. You're over it. You've been over it so many times. When I see this card, I think you might have been 9 months, 9 years going around in this cycle. But you're ready to walk away. Judgment card, rebirth coming through here. King of Cups coming through with the 10 of Wands. So for some of you, this may be another relationship, but it's definitely a very significant relationship here. It could be a mother or a father. It could be somebody, a sibling, somebody who's really leaving you feeling like you're not benefiting from this situation. There's a conclusion coming. You're reaching the 10 after being at the 9. So something here is creating a brand new beginning for you, because we've got the 1 as a difference, which is, of course, a brand new beginning. For some of you, I feel like here with this King of Cups, it's representing this energy of realizing you have enough love for yourself to see somehow or another that there's another side to this. You know, it's very interesting to see this rebirth card because this has been coming up a lot in the readings. And sometimes when I talk to other people and considering the work I'm going through at the moment, it's sort of like other people are going through something very similar. And I can't help over the years thinking and feeling that somehow or another, many of us are within the same energy. So we experience something very similar each time. And there is a definite feeling here that you are moving away from something, but trusting in yourself with this King of Cups. All right, 8 of Swords, more lack, more stuckness. Page of Cups, that's what you're after. That's what you're after, and it comes right at the top of the reading. You're after seeing the truth. When you are in this energy with the blindfold on, and when you're in this energy outside of things, you don't see what you need to see. And you've got the 2 of Swords here, which says to me that a decision is being made here. A decision is being made to cut away something, to cut the past away, to cut a habit away. Maybe this is an addiction. There is something here that you are not wanting anymore. And with the Ace of Swords, I see that you're cutting something away. Maybe it's just this negative sort of victim attitude here. Maybe you have got someone around you who, you know, is showing you a lot of love and attention. And maybe you're starting to realize here that you see things negatively. You know, when we have those wake up epiphany moments where we see ourselves do something or hear ourselves say something and there is a realization there. We've been doing it that way for a really long time without actually realizing we're doing it. And yet it's really easy to recognize it in other people, but sometimes very difficult to recognize within yourself. But whatever this is for you, you are ready to cut loose and move forward. You are realizing here that where you're staying, what you're doing is not bringing you the emotional satisfaction that you want. And sometimes when you're in this really low energy here, you tend to focus on what can go wrong rather than go right. So I feel really strongly with this Ace of Swords, you're going to make a decision to move forward. And you know, the page is here with this cup, and I think there is a brand new beginning just starting to form here. And again, for some of you, this may be a relationship. It may be a change of career. It may be letting go of something that's kept you sort of locked in for a really long time. Something here which makes me feel that it's quite negative. So whatever you're moving away from here, the change is starting within you with the Hermit. This is sort of going inside and going, well, you know what? Okay, I can see this happening now. I see this truth. I need to work on something new. I have the clarity. I have the foresight. I know the direction I'm going in. Oh, that's why the Empress energy is here. You are ready. There is a brand new beginning, and you are really over where you've been. You're about to take some sort of leap of faith and close something out behind you. Okay, so it could be a relationship with the Queen of Wands there, something that you've been hanging on to for far too long. All right, let's have a look at an oracle card. You know, sometimes we are so entrenched in a bad habit, again, that we don't even see that it's not good for us. You know, sometimes obviously in my work, and especially in coaching, I get the opportunity to challenge the way people think about things. And immediately people go to the defensive because they know that I'm right, because I can see it. But they don't want to face the truth. So they immediately become defensive rather than really looking inside to see where that is coming from. Especially if it was the... This is really beautiful. You have such a beautiful card to go with this reading. Look, in the hand, the universe is your partner. So sometimes we know that we have to make a change, but we are not ready. And when we're not ready, we will become defensive. So if you say to somebody, have you ever thought about the fact that you're really unhappy in your relationship, or you're really unhappy in your work? And it's quite obvious in in the conversations we're having here. And they will turn around and say, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. No, there's nothing wrong with my relationship. And you're like, I can hear it in the way you talk. Do you need to let go of something? Because the universe here is saying you need to trust that you can do this. You have the universe on your side here. So whatever this is you need to finish out and start anew, you 100% have the backing of the universe. So something has gone beyond what it should have been. This is about feeling secure, taken care of, and the universe is your partner. Something amazing happens when you contemplate your intimate relationship with your higher power. How do you engage it? Perhaps you might have seen things through the influence of your religious background, or you may have been exposed to other ways of making that connection real for you. It doesn't matter the source of your understanding. What matters is what works for you. For example, if you believe in a punitive God, you will be afraid of punishment for your transgressions. If you believe in a version of a higher power that blesses you, you might find it easier to surrender to a relationship of radical trust. Right now, if you imagine relaxing, curled up in the hands of the divine, how does that make you feel? Can you then turn over your needs and desires to that divine power and trust that you're safe and secure and don't have to do anything at all to feel that way? Grace is activated in your life now. You're in good hands. Your work, family, relationships, home, everything. You've done all you can, so now is the time to rest and recharge instead of producing, doing, acting, strategizing. A hot tea, a good book, and a soft blanket are in order. So I feel like for many of you, I am talking to you in hermit mode, because that's what that's talking about. You've done all you can. So now the decision's been made, everything's going to change. It is in the making of the decision that something becomes difficult. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.